So let's talk about the emotional scale. We all have emotions that feel good and emotions that don't feel good. Everybody does. It's part of being human. And what we can do is take those emotions and put them on a ladder. So just imagine a ladder. At the lowest rung of the ladder, you only have access to things that are at that level. And then if you go up one step, now you can reach things that you couldn't reach before because you're a step higher. And then when you go another step up the ladder, now you can reach more things. You can tell I've been using a ladder a lot, it has to do with my height. That's my son. Stella, it's just Faris. Okay. So you see where I'm coming from, right? Every rung of the ladder gives you access to things that you didn't have access to before. And that's what the emotional scale is. When you are right at the bottom of the emotional scale, you're at the bottom of the ladder. Your access to people, events, things, and places is limited because you can only access those things that match your emotions. This is why if you're in a bad place, they say trouble comes in threes. Who's heard that? Trouble comes in threes. You heard that? Yes? So why did people say that? Because if you're in a low place, you're attracting more low stuff into your life. And so we can stack emotions on a ladder. Right at the bottom of the ladder is depression. People who are depressed don't have access to physical energy. They don't have access to mental clarity. They don't have access to answers. They don't have access to opportunities. They don't have access to people who will help them. And their access is so limited. But if they could just say to themselves, it's okay, my life can get better, just by saying that and believing that, they go one step up the ladder, that emotional ladder. See how you then step into, so from depression, you step into fear. You're still afraid that something's going to go wrong, the other shoe's going to drop. But you have access to a little bit more. And then you do the self-talk that says, all right, I can find a way out of this, and suddenly you go up another step on the ladder. Now you're at guilt. I could have done so much more. And people who are feeling guilty about the mistakes that they've made are still better off than people who are in depression. Okay? And then you say, well, it wasn't my fault. Sorry, go ahead.
So it's sort of like the self-fulfilling prophecy.
That's what law of attraction is.
Like, oh yeah, see, I was right. There you go.
Exactly. That is exactly what law of attraction is. It is a self-fulfilling prophecy because whatever you think about comes about. Right? So then you say, well, no, it wasn't all my fault. There were other people involved. There were circumstances I couldn't control. Now you go into blame. And blame actually feels way better than guilt. Feels way better to blame someone else for your problems.
Yes, I'm able to exploit it.
Right? So you shift the responsibility, you feel better. So now what's happening is you've gone up the ladder another notch. And from there you step into the deliciousness of revenge. Revenge feels so yummy. And I don't actually have to act on it. I just have to allow myself the pleasure of feeling it. There is yumminess in feeling, I wish this would happen to you and then you would understand. I wish I could go slash your tires, then you would understand. I wish somebody threw a bucket of tar on you, then you would understand. Right? So revenge is yummy, delicious. So what's happening is now you feel a lot better. You're way up on the ladder, and because you're way up on the ladder, you have access to a lot more energy. Think about it. The difference between the energy of depression and the energy of revenge. Ooh, can you just feel the difference? One feels like, I can't even move. And the other one is, I'm gonna go slash your tires. Right? So your energy starts moving. And then from revenge, you say, oh, well, revenge is just going to get me into trouble. But I'm still angry. I will never forgive you. Right? So now you feel even better. Anger is another step on the ladder. Keep going. Keep going. From anger, you say, well, my anger is not doing me any good. I just have to accept the way things are. I don't like them. But here I am. What you going to do? Life sucks. Now you're in worry. You're in worry and frustration. But guess what? You have more energy. You have more options. And you just keep going. So from worry and anxiety, then you calm yourself down. There's no point in worrying. What can I control? And when you start thinking about what you can control, you go up the ladder. You go up to a place of hope. And hope feels really good. Hope feels like, my life is good. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you my revenge is going to be my success. Right? Now you're in hope. And when you're in hope, you've gone up the ladder again. And more opportunities now open up to you. And then from hope, because you have access to more resources, more energy, you're thinking more clearly, things start getting better. And then good things start happening and you say, oh, I can do this. I'm in control. And that's why we say, the better it gets, the better it gets. So the better I feel, the better it gets. You just have to keep doing the work to go up the emotional scale. And because you have more energy, you have more mental clarity, you have more options, you are more willing to act. Because fear, being low on the emotional scale, will prevent you from taking action. But when you're hopeful, you'll take action. Right? So this is why we talk about the emotional scale. And we want to reach for better feeling emotions. And that's where the role of the 2-minute exercise comes in. Because we want to, and as I described to you in the reading for today, when life isn't going good, it is hard to find ways to think good things about your life. It wasn't working for me because it sounded like a lie. But what was not a lie was that there was a beautiful tree outside my house. What was not a lie was that the sky was blue and the sun was shining and I liked it. What was not a lie was that there were flowers and those flowers were beautiful. No matter how miserable I was, I could still see the beauty in the flowers. And by shifting my attention from my rotten, miserable life to things that were not rotten and miserable, I just went up the emotional scale, one step at a time.